Why do we shake hands? It's one of the most universal, unthinking rituals in human society. You meet someone, your right arms extend almost automatically, you clasp palms, pump a few times and release. It's a social reflex. But have you ever stopped in the middle of that motion and thought, why? Why this specific, intimate gesture of interlocking hands? Why not a tap on the shoulder, a bump of the hips, or a sniff of the hair like other animals? The answer is not just about politeness. It's a silent, physical transaction with origins in primal survival, evolving into a tool of commerce and diplomacy, all rooted in a single, brutal biological truth. At its most fundamental, a handshake is a weapon check. In a world where the right hand was almost universally the weapon hand, holding a sword, a dagger, a spear, extending it empty and open was the first layer of signalling. It showed you weren't about to attack in that moment. But that's not enough. I could be hiding a blade in my sleeve. The clasp is the critical innovation. The act of gripping another person's hand serves multiple simultaneous forensic functions. First, it checks for obvious weapons in the palm. Second, the grip strength and firmness of the shake are immediate, subconscious assessments of health, vigour and intent. A weak, limp hand can signal sickness, disinterest or deceit. A crushingly strong one can be a display of dominance. The up and down motion itself is a test of stability and balance. If I try to pull you off centre during the shake, it reveals aggressive intentions. This is why the ideal handshake is taught as firm, dry and vertical. It's a neutral, stable, weapon-free midpoint. The history traces back at least to 5th century BC Greece, depicted on funerary steles as a gesture of farewell, and in Rome as a symbol of loyalty and agreement. But it was in the mercantile and diplomatic circles of 17th and 18th century Europe and America that it crystallised as a standard greeting among equals. In an emerging world of contracts between gentlemen rather than oaths to feudal lords, the handshake was perfect. It was a physical seal on a verbal promise, a bond made directly between two parties. It carried the symbolism of peace, empty weapon hand, and the binding nature of a clasp, agreement.
It spread globally, not through conquest, but through trade. But the science goes deeper than history. We now know the handshake is a powerful chemical exchange. The palms of our hands host a high density of eccrine sweat glands, which secrete not just water, but a cocktail of chemicals, including pheromones, sense signals our brains process below conscious awareness. When we shake hands, we are quite literally sampling each other's chemical profile. Research from the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel confirmed a startling behaviour. People consistently bring their own right hand to their face immediately after a handshake, sniffing it. They recorded increased airflow in the nostrils. We are, on a biological level, checking each other's scent, assessing health, immune system compatibility, even emotional state. The handshake is a socially acceptable, ritualised version of what dogs do when they sniff each other. It's a biometric data transfer. So the model is clear: a ritual born from weapon checking, refined by commerce, powered by subconscious chemical analysis. It's a brilliant, multi-layered social technology for establishing trust between strangers. But that's only the first layer of the truth. Here is the paradigm shift. The handshake isn't primarily about building trust. It's a dominance detection ritual, and its core function in the modern world is to establish a hierarchy within the first 3 seconds of an interaction. Every single metric we've discussed is weaponized for this. The firmness of the grip, the duration of the hold, the control of the up and down motion, the angle of the palm, all are battlegrounds. A person who offers a hand with their palm facing down is instinctively attempting a dominant position, forcing the other into a subordinate palm-up posture. The person who initiates the shake claims the opening frame. The one who decides when to release controls the closure. We are not just exchanging sense, we are having a silent physical negotiation of power and status, coded in a language we pretend is about courtesy. Studies in business settings show a direct correlation between perceived handshake quality and hiring decisions, salary negotiations, and partnership formations. It's not because a good handshake makes you seem friendly. It's because a dominant, assured handshake signals subconscious traits of control, confidence, and social prowess. We have taken an ancient peace gesture and systematically turned it into the opening move of a social chess game. The very act meant to signal, "I have no weapon."
has become the weapon itself. The chemical sample we take isn't just for identification, it's to gauge the stress hormones in a rival's sweat. We didn't civilize the primal ritual, we just made the primal ritual wear a suit. Now, the next time you extend your hand, understand what you are really doing. You are not just saying hello, you are performing a centuries-old disarmament procedure, conducting a covert biochemical assay, and initiating a micro-contest for social positioning, all in a single seamless gesture.